and I'm retelling the story of James and the Giant Peach. This story is about an orphan named James. Their parents were accidentally ate by a rhino when they were going in the mall. 1 second, please. So after that, he went to go live with his horrible aunts, Aunt Sponge and Aunt Spiker. They treated James poorly. They treated him like they were
tortured.
Yeah,
tortured.
It was torture. It was torture for him. So when James was crying outside because he heard that his Aunt Sponge and Aunt Spiker were gonna beat him, he saw in the bushes this old man. He said, "Come here, my dear. I'm gonna tell you something so wonderful beyond your wildest dreams." And he handed James a bag.
Of green little things.
1 second. They were made of crocodile tongues. 1,000 long, slimy crocodile tongues boiled up in the skull of a dead witch for 20 days and nights, with the eyeballs of a lizard, the fingers of a young monkey, the gizzard of a pig, the beak of a green parrot, the juice of a porcupine, and 3 spoonfuls of sugar. Stew them for another week and let the moon do the rest. When James heard this, he was...
You scared me.
And when he heard that, he said, "Take this." And the old man said, "Take this carefully, my dear, and don't let it drop. So put these in the water for them to calm down and drink it and swallow it." So when James heard it, he hurried home. But while he was running, he tripped on a loose step. That made all those little green things fall in the ground, and they disappeared, no longer to be seen. James cried and 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 cried. He cried. And then something magical started happening. Aunt Spiker found out that there was a peach growing on a peach tree that haven't grown peaches since like
1,000,000 years.
400 years. But then they saw a marvelous peach, juicy peach. And Spiker said, "Come here, Sponge, look at this." And then Sponge is like, and look at this, it's a peach. And then he's like, "You're messing around with me." But when Aunt Sponge saw it, and she's like, and she fainted. I forgot to mention that Aunt Spiker was skinny, and Aunt Sponge was
means fat.
1 segundo, por favor.
I'm kicking myself out.
So, and then the peach grew and 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 grew to a small minivan, and then it got to a car, then it got to a bigger van, and then it got to a small house, and then it got to a mansion, and then it got to an apartment building. So they were selling tickets. They were trying to sell and Sponge and Spiker to see the marvelous peach. Other people was so like, "Oh, I want to see this," but they put gates around it so nobody can see it unless they paid. And Sponge and Spiker were very greedy. That's why, and at that night when James was walking, he saw a hole in the peach.
And he
climbed to the peach hole, and then there was like something hard. He bumped his head on something hard, and there was a door there.